Ethereum has basically already won in most respects anyway. I just feel like the majority of the market hasn't really woken up to the power of Ethereum, to what Ethereum is building, to how substantial the numbers already are for Ethereum. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down just a mind-blowing number that I came across the other day for Ethereum, one that just shows the incredible success of Ethereum already and how that success is likely to build dramatically into the future. My name's Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing, so if that's a topic that you would like to learn some more about, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, gently tap on the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm, and of course, click on the notification bell to know when I put out a new video. So let's go ahead and get straight into this topic, and we're going to be talking about this. So Ethereum has settled $2.5 trillion in transactions in Q2 of 2021. Ethereum did $1.5 trillion in Q1 of 2021. Now, for reference, you can look back here on 2020 and you realize that Ethereum in Q1 of this year settled more value on chain than it did in all of 2020 combined. If these numbers can stay even relatively this high, then Ethereum may be on pace to settle $8 trillion in 2021. Wow. Wow. Think about that. Ethereum settling $8 trillion in value. All on chain, DeFi, stablecoins, all that stuff. Incredible. Absolutely freaking incredible. Now, it made me think about the video that I did a couple months ago now, probably, comparing Ethereum and PayPal and saying how Ethereum is currently undervalued compared to PayPal. Well, let's take this example here because this is really, really interesting. So Ethereum processes $4 trillion of transactions on-chain. That's all permissionless, by the way. Nobody had to ask PayPal's permission to send money to someone. Those stable coins could have gone anywhere to anyone, whether it be to sanctioned countries or the unbanked and developing countries or politically sensitive transactions, whatever it might have been. Ethereum doesn't care. It's just code executing. Went from point A to point B, but you know who does care? PayPal. PayPal has done a lot of censorship in terms of transactions, from cutting off WikiLeaks to cutting off political opinions they don't necessarily agree with, and on and on and on and on and on. Ethereum, obviously a fantastic network in that regard. Now, Ethereum processed those $4 trillion in transactions for a total of 0.25% in fees. Very impressive. PayPal, on the other hand, during that same period of time, did $285 billion, 3.4% in fees. That's paid by the merchants, obviously, when you're sending Ethereum. You, as the sender, as the purchaser of goods, need to pay that fee. But regardless, that's a massive difference. That's a massive difference. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. I'm blown away. I'm blown away by this. Just think about how crazy this is. Ethereum has already won. And this was during a time when we had record high transaction fees on Ethereum. Now let's keep it fair for just a moment. A lot of this economic activity on Ethereum, these are people trading meme coins and Ponzi coins and gosh knows what other variety of general shitcoinery was going on here. But there was also some very, very useful things happening. There were people getting into DeFi with dollars, right? People in developing regions and taking their DAI or their USDC stablecoins and dumping it into Aave or Compound and making sweet, sweet interest, or they're sending, you know, USDC dollar stablecoins to friends and family abroad for dramatically less than PayPal is going to do it for, or dramatically less than someone like Western Union is going to do it for. So that real economic activity is happening, but we just have to keep it real that a lot of that Ethereum transaction volume is decentralized finance and stuff like this. And so there is a bit of that to keep in mind. Regardless, the $4 trillion number is insane, obviously. PayPal, by contrast, that's people buying stuff online and sending money to friends and family. It's almost no gambling on dog memes. I'm sure somehow somebody's gambling on dog memes with PayPal, but for the most part, this is all real economic activity versus Ethereum, which is also real economic activity. It's just the kind of economic activity that most people may not think has a great degree of value. Now, what's amazing too here is that Ethereum was able to do $4 trillion on chain with such incredibly low fees as a percentage of all these transactions. And yet, it's going to be cheaper. It's going to be much cheaper. Yes, we have Ethereum 2.0 coming. When we have sharding on the proof of stake Ethereum 2.0 network, it's a 64x increase in transactions per second for Ethereum, which is a dramatic reduction in fees that people are going to pay on chain to send Ethereum or stablecoins or dog memes or whatever else from point A to point B. That's a big deal. However, Ethereum 2.0, it's a bit of ways out. We're not there yet. We don't have our Ethereum 2.0 ready to rock and roll yet. In the meantime, though, we do have layer 2 scaling solutions. Optimism, Arbitrum, Polygon, which is Ethereum sidechain. They're also working on those more native integrations in terms of layer 2 scaling as well. We have quite a few others as well. I think there's like 24 different layer 2 scaling solutions right now working with Ethereum. And these are big. The savings are crazy. And we'll get to that in just a second. But I just wanted to mention real quick, if you're not yet a member of Wealth Mastery, this is my weekly investor report. Every single week, we are covering all kinds of super useful information for cryptocurrency investors. We talk about stocks a little bit from time to time too, but for less than $10 a week, you're going to get some crazy, crazy value. Last week in Wealth Mastery, we talked about how to earn 54% ROI using insurance protocol Bridge Mutual. We had an interview with the team from D Travel and how they're disrupting the travel industry. This is the newest offering from the guys behind Travala, which already have a very successful crypto travel site. We have a report on the Solana DeFi protocol Serum, 3 hot Cardano-based projects that you should be keeping an eye on. We talk about the Bullish and the Circle SPACs, top-tier technical analysis, airdrops, token sales, much, much more, all for less than $10 a week. So click on that link down below me here in the description where you can learn more about Wealth Mastery and become a member today. Now, let's talk about these layer 2 scaling solutions because it's finally happening. And I'm just so excited about this because what this means is that finally the reality of layer 2 in a very, very serious way is here. And look, Polygon has already pushed the limits of what is possible with an Ethereum sidechain. It's done incredible work. Now we have Optimism, particularly working with Uniswap. Uniswap, in case you do not know, it is the biggest gas guzzler. In fact, it used 10% of all gas on Ethereum over the last few hours. That's usually right around where it is. If we count in Uniswap v3, then it's more than 13% of gas being used by Uniswap. That's going to change because with Optimism, transactions will now be instant. So no more waiting around 15, 20 minutes for that Uniswap transaction to complete. And the cost savings in terms of gas paid, 10x. So what might cost $20 today using the Ethereum main chain, when using Optimism, so Uniswap layer 2, it's $2, $1.50. Game changing. Game changing. And look, that's still more than you're going to pay on a Polygon-based decentralized exchange. Sure, absolutely. That's even cheaper. It's a fraction of a penny, right? But this is massive progress, and this is just early. This is really just still in its early testing phase. We have early adopters. This is the alpha that's out right now, so you have to keep that in mind. But as this gets more use, as the transaction capacity is ramped up over the coming weeks and months, those gas fees are going to fall even farther. What about when it's 100x cost savings? And that $20 transaction on the Ethereum mainnet becomes 20 cents on Uniswap. Game changing. Absolutely game changing stuff. Now we just need to see the other top Ethereum gas guzzlers like OpenSea and right on down the way actually hopping on board with this and taking on those layer 2 scaling solutions. Hopefully we see even like Shiba Inu. Come on, guys. I know you're a dog meme, but you can hop on the layer 2 bandwagon as well. It's cool. It's cool, man. Uniswap's doing it. You guys should check it out too. Now, all of this in consideration, the incredible amount of transaction volume settled on-chain by Ethereum and the current market cap of Ethereum, $220 million. It's a pretty big market cap. Pretty big. PayPal's market cap, $346 billion. So you're telling me that right now, the market cap of Ethereum is about 33% less than PayPal. They're doing 15 times as much on-chain volume than PayPal in a completely permissionless, decentralized way, whereas obviously PayPal is a completely centralized, permissioned service, and that Ethereum is able to do all those transactions, all those decentralized finance interactions and stablecoin transfers, etc., 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 for dramatically less fees than PayPal. It's massive. It's massive when you understand the potential of what's already happening. And that's just now. That's just now. When we see more layer 2, when we see ETH 2.0, that percentage of fees, it's going to drop dramatically. It's going to be like 0.01%. It'll be incredible, the transition that will happen here. And so why would people go and send money on PayPal when, of course, they could use Ethereum, which is exactly why we see PayPal integrating with Bitcoin, integrating with Ethereum right now, because they see the future. They're getting on board right now while they still can. And what about Bitcoin? Maybe comparing Ethereum to PayPal is a bad comparison. Should we just talk about Bitcoin instead? Well, again, Ethereum, the clear winner by miles here. If we look at just what's happened in the last 24 hours, Bitcoin has only settled $7.82 billion in total value on chain. Ethereum has done $25.6 billion on chain. The economic activity on Ethereum more than 3 times what it is on Bitcoin right now. Why is that the case? Simply because there's a lot more you can do on Ethereum. There's a lot more integrations with different services for Ethereum. Bitcoin, it's our gold 2.0. It's our digital store of value cryptocurrency. But we do have some innovation going on. We do have Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter. He came out recently and said, hey, look, Square, the payment company, we are going to go all in on DeFi on Bitcoin. Nice. Nice. That's cool. I'm happy. Why not? Let's get some DeFi on Bitcoin. We already have some players. We have Sovereign and Stacks and a couple others that are doing DeFi on Bitcoin. Quote unquote, I say because people aren't really building directly into Bitcoin. This is either done layer 2 on the Lightning Network level, or more commonly what we see with a Bitcoin sidechain, which is totally fine. There's nothing wrong with using layer 2 and sidechains to bring decentralized finance to Bitcoin. Ethereum's doing it, Bitcoin's doing it. All the cool kids are hopping on sidechains and layer 2 right now. Bitcoin can too. I have nothing wrong with that. But you have to realize how far behind in terms of applications, users, liquidity, all this stuff is Bitcoin-wise compared to Ethereum right now. It's incredible. Because right now, what's happening on Ethereum? Ethereum's the home of stablecoins. The majority of stablecoins, they live on Ethereum. It's the home of decentralized finance. The biggest, the best, the most successful, and the applications with the deepest liquidity, it's all on Ethereum, baby. It's all on Ethereum. Oh, sure, we've seen Binance Smart Chain, Polygon, Solana to a little bit, Cosmos way out there behind, but they're making some moves. They're starting to dig into the Ethereum dominance of all of this stuff. But Ethereum, still like 77% of total value locked in DeFi is on Ethereum. Still pretty damn impressive, right? NFTs, Ethereum still the home of NFTs. And look, we've seen NFTs coming out on Polygon and Binance Smart Chain, et cetera, et cetera. It's happening, right? And that's great. That's great. The more the merrier. One network, many chains. This is the future. But Ethereum is still by and afar the absolute leader when it comes to NFTs. Talk about gaming. Again, it's Ethereum. Axie Infinity, for example, that's an Ethereum-based game. Now, they have launched their own Ethereum-based sidechain to help for scaling issues, so it's better experience for people playing the game, but it's still an Ethereum-based asset. Layer 2 scaling, innovation, primarily happening for Ethereum. The most interesting stuff, the biggest amount of Layer 2, the biggest amount of mines working on Layer 2 scaling, it's all happening for Ethereum. What about the insurance markets? I'm super bullish on insurance, and really the only insurance markets right now exist on Ethereum. What about securities? Tokenized stocks, or even synthetic stocks, tokenized bonds, tokenized whatever. It's Ethereum. Again, other chains are doing stuff too. I don't want to downplay that. But dominance still very firmly in Ethereum's court. Real estate, something else we can tokenize, put on the blockchain. Yeah, it's Ethereum again. Much, much more beyond that. Ethereum is the settlement layer of the crypto world without a doubt right now. All the metrics prove it. And it's also becoming the settlement layer of the internet. PayPal, one of the biggest payment providers online, dwarfed by Ethereum. Dwarfed. Looks like a little baby in comparison to Ethereum. Ethereum, meanwhile, doing like 15x as much volume. And we're only halfway through the year. Incredible. Incredible. All of this and much, much more, obviously, continue to make me super bullish on Ethereum and the future of Ethereum and the potential of the Ethereum asset to go on to reach the 5-digit price mark, to see a $10,000 Ethereum. And I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight or even this year necessarily. Still holding out the hope, obviously. But long-term, I'm a long-term investor in Ethereum. Still mega bullish on this blockchain. Anyway, your question for today. Do you think that Ethereum will be able to maintain its dominance across all of these different markets? Or do you see someone else coming up to steal the crown from Ethereum? Maybe it's going to be Cardano. Maybe it's going to be Polkadot. Maybe it's going to be Binance Smart Chain. Maybe it's going to be some other blockchain no one's ever heard about and we have to know about. Let me know down below in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.